Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, King Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. What I do for you. I got a nice lesson for you today. We back in the book. Let's get this party started. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, starting with a message the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune and receive them. We got a good thing going. I appreciate you too. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers live right through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all those claim to be a right thinker, I appreciate you all, but I want you to be proud of being a right thinker by what? Knowing thyself. That's what being a right thinker means. So if you want to be one, that's what you need to do. I'm here to make sure you get everything you need to make that possible so that you can know you. That's what I do for you. Let's go. I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical because you should, but if you're practicing my philosophy, I'm here to do just that, give you the answer so you can say, yeah, I know myself. Why? The lessons I learned, the way I live. And that's why. Let's go. That's my goal. My mission is that your goal is to do that. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them with knowledge of self. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to do just that. Wake you up. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinking, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. My nickname, P-Funk, what I go by, that means pure real. Okay? Well, what is real? I had the question asked to me, so I'm got 3 questions that I'm going to answer for you because I like it when a student asks the question, and I don't have to give you an off my head answer or come up with an answer. I can just take it to the book. I'm going to answer, what is reality? What is body consciousness? What is the mind? And my favorite, the bottom line is the ego is. Okay, I'm going to tell you what the ego is. So all these things I'm going to break down for you. So hope you're ready for this. Let's do what we do. I got you. What is reality? Let's go. A quick phrase from the Egyptian proverb. Let not be shut in my soul. Let not be fettered my shadow. Let be open the way for my soul and for my shadow. May it see the great God. May I look upon my soul and my shadow. What the what? That's an Egyptian proverb. This is somebody saying they trying to deal with reality from a perspective of knowing their shadow self and knowing their soul. They know the difference between the two. Let's see how they break it down for you. I got it. Let's go. So now the kabat, which is the shadow, there's 9 phases to the part. The ka short, kabat, the ka is short for that. It means the shadow of God. The kabat is the shadow, is what? Is the reflection of God. Now, it is what? A projection of what which is real God. Of that which is what? The truth. Again, God. Created, and watch this, continues to create out of what? God himself. Everything comes from the one. That's what they tell you. Everything outside of God is 2 of them. Understand that. For a reason. I explained to you real simple. Mayat means what? Balance. In order for balance to be in order, you have to have what? Two things to balance out. Hence, two sides of the hemisphere. Everybody that said they did their life was successful, they bring it on back to balance. Whenever I hear that, I go right to my yacht. So understand it. You can do stuff and not know what it is, but when you define it, yeah, I do that. Yeah, my friend told me, oh yeah, I'm doing that. I'm living my yacht. Well, I got my life in balance. I use both sides of my brain. Okay, equal understanding, but that's the concept. Everything in creation comes from the one creator. Let's understand that. So move on. Let's go. I'm tired of spending all the time doing that, but I want to really get that across, that understanding of who and what God is from a perspective where you can perceive it, understand it, not a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Excuse me. But watch this. God, his own shadow, what? God creates out of his own self and God's own shadow. God being what? Watch this. He can go both male and female. Thinks of him or herself as a being who is what? Who is looking at its own shadow. The universe. Here in creation, what happens? The infinite planets and the galaxy are but what? A mental creation. It's all from the conscious mind of God. That's God's shadow. Sorry about that. But as the human soul, here we go, is essentially what? A reflection, a piece of God, as it were. Again, the spark, the light that's in us, that's from God, sorry. And it also has a shadow. God, that's like the body and the car. They say the car stays with the body a little longer. Why? Because when the body leaves, the spirit is going with it. The car had to hang around a little while. It's shadow. It won't leave. So God manifests in what? His manifest is reflected where? In each individual. You hear that? God's manifestation is reflected in every human being. So everybody had the same right. That's what they're telling you. That little thing, man created equal. No. They telling you. God's telling you, y'all all had the ability to get to me. I tell you, if it's 9 billion people, there's 9 billion ways to get to God. That's my point. And they tell you that that's how it is. It's all for every individual. But however, there's always a however, this reflection, what? Becomes refracted. Proportional to what? The degree of mental conditioning that one has. If you knew better, you do better. So the more ignorant you are, the less smart and intelligent you are who yourself. The more spiritually enlightened you are, the more apt you are to master oneself and get control over your life and be in control of your destiny in which you are. Some of us just don't know it. You are one way or another. Your IRA, your actions, you're responsible. So know so you can do. Moving on. That's why we have teachers. That's what is education system. So moving on. Now, just as what? The ray of light, which what? Passes through a glass prism, becomes what? Refracted. We get sun rays coming in 7 colors of the rainbow. That blue ray that we see in the clouds, that's because that blue ultraviolet don't always come through. It refracts, so we see the clouds in the sky as blue. Just a tidbit. I got that from Neil deGrasse. When you can listen to somebody, you can learn if you pay attention. I ain't a teacher of that nonsense, but I understand the concept, so that's what I learned from listening, paying attention. That's it. So I ain't claiming to be, I'm a physicist now because I listen to Neil deGrasse. No, just one concept that I understood what he said. Moving on. What we have now, watch this. It refracted and what? Produces many rays. So too, watch this. God's expression in individuals. You hear that? God's expression in an individual is refracted by, again, the ignorance of the mind producing what? Many different situations and objects. You have to know God. You believe in this, some storytellers and somebody superstition concepts. That's not enough. Okay, you need to have experience with God. That's what I teach you, to have your own experience for yourself. I ain't give you a whole bunch of stories that don't amount to nothing. Mine personally is my life story. Moving on. But watch this. Now, to the extent that what? That the soul is what? Now a prisoner of what? The physical desires and because of the mental ignorance, which do not allow it to be in what tune with the mind of who? God, His higher self. If human mind is fettered, there you go. That word, when you hear fettered, self-inflicted. Fettered means you're going to cause whatever problems you're going to cause them. Watch this. And is fettered to what? A mortal physical body, and thus is unable to see its soul. You're ignorant of who you are. So you're going haphazardly through life thinking you got something, think you're doing something, and ain't really doing nothing. But you get angry and jealous of those who do, and you wonder why they get it, why they get it, why they get it. They earn it. They're working for it. You can do the same thing. Put forth the effort. That's all. Stop being ignorant for things you don't know. No matter how smart you think I may think I am or whatever. I know I'm not smart. Why? I know what I don't know. That's why I continue to learn. So being smart don't mean I know everything. No. I'm learning on a day-to-day basis. Okay? Understand that. Only thing I had to master over is moi. Everything else is up for grabs. Understand that. Moving on. Okay, 11, like that number. Here you go. Now we wrap this first lesson up. Now, God is what? The only reality that exists. That's why in India they call him what? The absolute, the all. Okay? Chinese, they call him, Tao, the way. Okay? Everybody have a concept about God. And he don't have a problem with that. Why? Because he don't mind what you call him. He worried about how you respect him and worship him through good deeds and righteous living. And everybody who do that gets the same thing. What? Blessed. In every country, no make a difference. Blessings come through the deeds. Moving on. That's the concept. And exists. Watch this. God is the only reality that exists. He's the absolute reality. But it appears like fear. False evidence, what? Appearing real. But it appears to what? The ignorant, ignorant, conditioned mind. Okay? They've taken you down this road of ignorance to keep you here. Moving on. The ignorant mind, watch this, that the world, our bodies, and the universe exist where? Outside of God. They take you away from God. Religion is supposed to get you to God. Relink you to your source, which is God. They're not doing a good job. Why? Because those who took the religious concept and corrupted it, so instead of going that way, you're going that way, which is what? The wrong way. Moving on. Here you go. We believe. That word right there, I don't subscribe to believe. But we believe, and this ignorant people, we believe ourselves, to watch this, to be separate objects and entities. Ignorant again, and this is reality. Watch this. This is relative reality. In reality, what? Everything is the one. Relative reality is what? That state most people are caught up in they're ignorant, which is what? Relative reality. And that's what? An illusion. Sorry. It exists where? Only in our minds. God not only created the world, but God is the world and everything in it. I feel like I can get that point across without acting a fool. But do you get what I'm saying? Let me wrap it up. Everything we perceive with our senses, which is come back next, body conscious, is what? Is God. But we what? Must transcend our relative reality, what? Waking up, getting understanding to what? To live within, you ready? Absolute reality with what? Knowledge of self. And to not only, listen, understand this greatest teaching, right? Thing of philosophy, but what? To know it means what? Complete bliss and happiness. If you're not living in that state of mind where you loving, you living in gratitude, you giving thanks, you doing all the right stuff, that don't mean you holier than thou. That don't mean you, no, that just means you are a spiritual being having a human experience with knowledge and understanding of that. So you lived within your own world, so to speak, on your terms. Again, that's being in control of your destiny. I got a lesson for that too. We have a spiritual destination. Trust me. All of us do. We're here for that reason. So that's not a lesson. But with knowledge of self, it means that you will obtain what we call hotep, supreme peace within one's self. That's what the Buddhists teach. That's what Indians teach. That ain't what religions teach. They teach a whole bunch of other stuff, but right there, philosophy teaches just that. With knowledge of self, knowing God and you are one, you're good to go. In any other walk of life, you can walk proud. That's what it means. Yoga, right there, philosophy is what? Is a scientific process to what? Accomplish the goal of what? Transcendence, aka spiritual awakening or liberation. I got one for you. Salvation. And they say self-realization, but I always back it up with what? Spiritual enlightenment. Alright. Now, relative reality is what referred to in the Hinduism and Buddhism as what? Maya. Meaning in our Arabianese, the Australians, okay, the original, I hate I get tongue tied with that, but they all say, and the Native Americans tell you, when you go to sleep, that's the spirit realm. Why? Because that's up here. In the physical realm, this is temporary. They knew that, so think about that. So I'm going to let that lesson go. Now we'll move ahead to the next concept of what? Body consciousness. Okay, I'm going to slip this one in. This is a short one. Get right through it. Let's go. What's body consciousness? Okay, again, let me answer the question from the book. Now, body consciousness, most people in the world believe, again, themselves to be what? The physical body and the mind. But upon what? Deeper examination, which is what we all should do within ourselves. Don't just take the surface, go a little deeper, and you might find out what the esoteric meanings of these my lessons are all about. You have to do that. Why? I don't give you surface information. You got to go deeper with me. I take you deep. We can dance in the water and not get wet. There's another lesson right here. But watch this. When one finds what that notion does not hold up to the definition of what reality given to you by who? My girl, Maya. So therefore, it is only an illusion. Again, this world illusionary. So watch this. Where we at now? If we are the body, okay, we can't be the body. Watch this. Then which part of the body we are? The hands, the kidneys, the feet, the eyes, or the skin? Are we the spinal cord, or are we the sexual organs? Upon reflection, which is again going inside, going deeper, it becomes what? Obvious, there we go, that if we were to lose any of these, we would still what? Continue living. They even got heart transplants now, so with bad ticket, they can replace that too. But even if parts of the brain were damaged or lost, a lot of us got that anyway, what? With ignorance. We ain't thinking, so it can just be damn love. We ain't using it to make same difference. But watch this. Life could continue. And yeah, we got a bunch of people living in mentally just gone. Still here. Breath of life. Watch this. Now, documented experiments, here we go, with what? I don't like this concept. With animals, okay, have shown, watch this, that a head can be severed from the body and later replaced. Now, that ain't new. Why? Because we got a story, mythological story, where Haru cut his mother head off. And Tahuti replaced it with the cow head. That's what you see I said later on. You see her with the cow head. Another story. Again, another lesson, philosophical concept. So, ain't nothing new that I'm hearing about. Alright? You ain't told me nothing new yet. And I got all old knowledge. I don't got new knowledge. No, I got all old knowledge. All my stuff is old. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm a dinosaur. What? But it's still knowledge. And it still works. Why? Because y'all knew stuff that's affirming what I already knew. So that's my concept. Watch this. And it can be replaced. They showed the snake. They cut the head off. Man, the body, the head's still trying to bite something. It's still looking for something to go. So it's still operating. The muscles or whatever. But watch this. But we are not. Watch this. We are not senses. Because we are still there when we would lose sight or hearing, We got 5 of them. And the user one, my spiritual advisor, has no sight. But she see a lot clearer than people who can claim they got 20/20 vision. I tell her that all the time. And she never complained about being blind. It hindered her one bit. So I love that concept. So I'm what they're saying. Yeah. And watch this. Our senses, here you go. Our senses, which is the body, 5 senses, smelling, seeing, hearing, touching, and tasting. That's what the body operates on. The brain can't get no information until they get this body consciousness from the body. Get the sense from the ear from the body. Okay, I ain't got time for that. Yeah, not my area. Our senses contribute to what? Our ignorant concept of reality. Why? By supplying, listen, the brain, the mind, with what? Limited and most of the time erroneous information as to the nature of reality. When you're dealing in belief, that's the illusion. Why? You don't know. When you're dealing in gnosis, with knowledge, now you know. You have understanding and wisdom. You ain't got to be hoping. No, that's bad. This is bad information. Again, the body will do that to you. So that's why you need to be spiritually enlightened with what? Knowledge. So therefore, watch this. Neither the body parts or the senses constitute what? The essence of what we call what? Consciousness. That's all physical. It's all relating on something happening in this physical world. I tell you, God is mental and spiritual, meaning it ain't in the physical. We're in the physical. We are not, watch this, we are not the mind. Otherwise, it would be what? Impossible for us to talk about training ourselves to be what? This or that. Why? Or to what? Change into this or that way of thinking. If the mind was it wouldn't run. Why? It can't do certain things. It only has certain functions. The mind has a function that it performs. That's it. That's what makes the whole body. Watch this. Now we are not, here you go, the vitality of the body. Why? Because we are still there when what? When the body feels weak as well as when it feels strong. So that ain't it either. The body senses, here we go, wrapping it up. The body senses mind and vitality, aka the life force. We call it second. Chinese call it prana, which is, we know that to be the serpent power or kundalini. The life force should be seen, what's this, as extensions of our individual consciousness, mind, aka ego. They are what? Tools, instruments of what? Our own creation for the purpose of what? Achieving entry and interaction with what? With the physical reality which is in the body. When the spirit is imprisoned in the body, it had to abide by certain rules, which is the senses, the body consciousness. The body is to the spirit, watch this, what a car or ox is to the body. A valuable tool to be used. We definitely should take care of the body, aka the car or the ox, to what? To the extent that they are useful to do what? Work and serve our body. But we should not identify ourselves with them saying, this is me, I am the car, I am the ox. In the same manner, it is what? Ridiculous for us to identify with what? Our physical body, senses, and ego. Thinking or saying that what? That we are when we are true nature, the senses, and that is me. Claiming the I am the car, I am the ox. But now in the same manner, it is what? Ridiculous for us to what? Identify with our physical body, senses, and ego self, thinking or saying they are what? Us. When our true nature is what? Is the universal spirit, aka God. And we don't know that, you're going to grasp and take a whole bunch of other stuff that really ain't saying that. In this lesson, I got one more. It's called What is the Mind? But I'm going to give you a little time to digest this. Hope you got understanding. Hope your questions about the reality, what it is, and the body conscious. I got more lessons for you. I'll be right back.